Okay guys, this is the engine compartment of my Honda CR-V. It's a 2014 model and it's got the 2.4 liter double overhead cam 16 valve engine they call the iVTEC. And I'm going to clean the mass airflow sensor. I've got 129,035 miles on the engine and I've never cleaned the mass airflow sensor. Now as you see this, here's where your battery is. This is the left side of the car. And so the mass airflow sensor sits right on top of here. It's held on by two bolts. So we've got your air filter sits right underneath this cover. And I just changed that today. I like to change that quite often. And so your air comes in from down here, comes up, goes up through the air filter, comes into this compartment here, then goes through here, and before it gets to that, it goes into your mass airflow sensor. And then from there it goes into your engine. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull this tube off that connects into the air filter section here. You do not have to do this to clean the mass airflow sensor, but I'm going to do it to show you what it looks like in here. And I had to do it anyways earlier today when I changed my air filter. I find it's easier to pull this off. And so you're going to need a 5.5 millimeter nut driver or a number 0 Phillips screwdriver. And I'm going to use this tool from iFixit. This is a driver end with multiple tips that you can use. It's really a handy tool. And there you see the 5.5 millimeter nut driver. Here we see what that mass airflow sensor looks like sitting inside that cover. That white that you see, that's the air filter. So I'm going to take that off, and so that you know where my camera is going to be sitting, it's going to be up on top of this tripod looking down. So it'll be up on the tripod and it'll be looking down towards the left side of the engine. Now I'm going to remove the connector, the electrical connector, and you just push down right here. So I'm going to grasp it like this and just pull it out gently, just like that. Next, we're going to take our number 2 Phillips screwdriver and we're just going to take these screws out. Now you don't want to lose those are small. So I'm going to set them aside. Do the same for the rear one that I've loosened. And then I'm just going to pull that up like that. That came out very easy. And here we see what that looks like. There's the bore that went down into. And here's your connector. Now I gotta tell you guys, I don't see a damn bit of dirt on there. No, I mean this thing is unbelievable. Like I said, I got 129,035 miles on it. And there's absolutely no perceivable dirt on this. I'm still going to clean it while I've got it off. And here we're looking down from the bottom. And let's take a look at that. I've changed the exposure here to lighten up that area in there to better see that. Well, I'm pretty amazed. So the product I'm going to use is the CRC Mass Airflow Sensor Cleaner. You don't want to just use any kind of cleaner for carb or anything. You want to make sure it says Mass Airflow Sensor Cleaner. So I'm just going to spray it on that, in here. I'm going to spray it down in here. Only the one side has that you can see the any wires. Over here there's nothing. So I wanted to get down in there, and then both sides here. And you can see how that's evaporating. So I'm going to let this dry for a few minutes, make sure that's all gone. There's no deposits, but man, that's just unbelievably clean. There really didn't need to be cleaned. Now, as you can see here, there is a rubber O-ring. So I'm just going to put a little bit of dielectric tune-up grease on it, just a little bit around that. Then we're going to go ahead and put it on. I put that on very sparingly, just a little bit on the O-ring. So let's put this thing back on. And what I did also is make sure I wiped this off where it's going to set in the bore here on top. Just make sure there wasn't anything. There wasn't, but I just wanted to make sure that that was good. I'm going to set this back in here. And that goes in nice. I'm just going to rotate it a little bit for that stuff that I put on them O-rings. Start both screws. Won't tighten them until I get them both started. And then we shall connect just like that. So next we will connect our air tube here. And as you can see, there's a notch here that goes into these, well, there's a protrusion that goes into this notch here. Just make sure that's lined up just like that. Take your 5.5 millimeter nut driver or number 0 Phillips. There's either 1 or 0 Phillips that you can use. If you don't have a 5.5, that's kind of a bastard size. Just like that. So it's all back together. I was very happy to see how clean that was. And it's important to change your air filter regularly. I'm sure that's one reason why it was just so clean. And then as it goes through your air intake ductwork, down into your idle control motor and everything, then into your engine, you want to make sure you're getting good, clean air to the engine, so there's no, you don't want dirt in your engine. And also change your oil on a regular basis. I do mine every 5,000 miles. Let's start up the engine. Well, there it is. Real simple job. Very, very simple.